They say the best revenge is indifference, but it took me losing everything to learn what that really meant. My name is Claire Donovan. I'm 32, a mother of 2 from Santa Rosa, California, and for a long time I defined myself by being a wife. I was a nurse, a student finishing my master's degree, and the glue that held our little family together. Or at least, that's what I told myself. My husband, Daniel, and I were married for 12 years. We'd built a quiet life, a small home on Willowcrest Avenue, 2 beautiful kids, and routines that made the world feel safe. But somewhere along the way, the laughter faded. Our conversations turned into sighs and silence. We said we needed a break. A trial separation? He called it space. I called it hope. For 10 months, we lived apart. I focused on work, school, and bedtime stories. He said he needed time to think. I believed him. We had counseling sessions, family dinners, even small moments that made me believe we'd find our way back. So when he suggested moving in together again, I was ready for another chance. We found a townhouse in February. By May, on Mother's Day, he told me he wanted a divorce. I remember the way the room spun, how the kids were playing in the next room, and how his voice sounded calm, almost rehearsed. Later, I found out he'd been seeing someone during our separation, a woman from his office. He swore it wasn't cheating because we were on a break. That phrase became my nightmare. What made it worse was how quick it all happened. Within weeks, he was with her openly. They went on trips, posted pictures online, like we'd never existed. 4 weeks after he asked for divorce, he told me, "You need to accept her role as a stepmother to our kids." That sentence broke something inside me. Up until that moment, I had begged him to try. I defended him to family and friends. I made excuses when he didn't show up for the kids. But when he said that, when he tried to replace me in my children's lives, something inside me finally went quiet. That was the day I stopped chasing, I stopped calling, I stopped explaining, I stopped crying every time she posted something petty about me on Facebook. I just stopped. I focused on my kids. I focused on my life. I decided that the best response wasn't rage. It was peace, indifference. Slowly, I built a new rhythm. Saturday breakfast became our little tradition. We danced in the kitchen, laughed over waffles, and filled the house with joy again. Not forced joy, but real, healing joy. For the first time in years, I felt free. The day we finalized our divorce, I wore a pale blue dress. I remember walking into that courtroom, calm, steady, ready. The judge asked if I agreed with the terms. I smiled and said yes. I could almost feel the weight evaporate as I signed the papers. When it was over, Daniel followed me to my car. He looked confused, almost hurt. "Why are you so happy?" he asked. "Don't you miss us?" I looked at him and said, "Of course I miss what we had, but we aren't those people anymore, and we'll never be them again." I saw something flicker in his eyes, like regret, like realization, but I didn't wait to see what came next. I just smiled and left. That was the moment my life truly began again. It's been almost a year now. My kids are thriving. I finished my degree, got promoted at work, and found someone new, someone kind, patient, and gentle with both me and my children. Love feels different now, calmer, safer. As for Daniel, I hear things through the grapevine that he and his new girlfriend argue all the time about money, trust, jealousy. Everything they once blamed me for, they're now blaming each other. It was all exciting when it was a secret, but secrets don't survive in daylight. When the thrill fades, truth stays. And the truth is, they built their happiness on someone else's pain. Meanwhile, I built mine on healing, on peace, on learning to let go. I don't wish him pain. I don't wish her misery. In fact, I hope they find whatever they're looking for. But I know this much. The best revenge is allowing yourself to be happy. Truly happy. Because once you stop fighting to be seen by someone who never really looked at you, you rediscover the most beautiful thing of all, yourself. And that, right there, is real freedom. My name is Claire Donovan. I was broken once, but that version of me doesn't exist anymore.